Yes, a very good morning to all of you. Am I audible and visible to everyone over there? A very good morning to all of you. Am I audible and visible? Kindly respond by writing yes or else whatever is there, so that I can come to know there is no problem from our side here. Why they are not able to send any message? Harsha has sent a message. Okay. Yes, absolutely fine, Harsha. And how are you people doing there? Rosama and then Rejati, Harika, Bhavani. Yes, a very good morning to everyone over here. Yes, Shravanti, absolutely fine, better. Vijay, good morning. Okay, in the last class, I think what we have learned, did you people practice? Like we have learned about S block, P block, and I think I have given you mnemonic for 3D series, 4D series, and 5D series. For 6D series, I have not given you, but the thing is, I have given you 7th period element. Rejati, what is your question that I am not able to read? Kindly write it, like post it again. Ma'am, if I go to outing, I'll still be able to learn online class. Yes, why not? Crazy Chintu. What's your original name, beta? The name which you people will be keeping there will be, kind of quite mind-boggling there. AMC Vizag. So it's good if at all you are in second year of college. And it's good to see, kind of some old students still feeling like to, kind of refresh their memories by attending few classes. Even though when the normal classes used to happen, people will not be that much interested in listening to the classes. That's kind of human nature. Yes, I was asking few questions here. Okay, now just a little bit of warm-up exercise since I've already given you many elements and decimal, right? And I think we have almost covered the entire periodic table except for the F block element, and that I'm not giving you on purpose here at present. Reason being, it is not yet required, and you will be learning about that in D and F block, which will be your 12th class syllabus at present, right? So even when we'll be learning about periodic classification of elements, we'll be mostly learning about, the trends of the various physical properties in S and P block elements, and to some extent in D block elements, but not entirely also there in D block elements. Okay, because there are certain irregularities. Now let me ask you some questions here. You just have to, kind of tell me the symbol here by writing on the, kind of chat box, so that I know that you people have revised it, right? If I ask you the symbol of ruthenium, what is the symbol of ruthenium? Kindly write it quickly on the chat box. Ruthenium. Vijay has written it correctly. Vamsi also. Harika, it's not read on, beta. Hopefully it is a typing mistake. Good. What is the symbol for rhenium? Very good. Many of you have written it correctly. In fact, majority of you. Rhenium. Ishwar, no. Harika, some mistake. Rhenium. Many people are confusing between rhenium and rhodium. Rhenium is Re, rhodium is Rh. Getting it? Please do not get confused there. Rhenium, rhodium. Purposely I've asked this. Rhodium is Rh, rhenium is Re. Astatin. Quickly you write down astatin there. Statin. Statin symbol. Good. Arsenic. Arsenic. Bhavani, please check it, beta. You have written it wrongly. Arsenic. Statin, the people have written it correctly. One or two people here and there. Arsenic, yes. Okay. Osmium. Osmium. Okay. Iridium. Good. Osmium is OS. Osmium is OS. Iridium. Iridium. Iridium is IR. Good. Write the symbol of the element whose Latin name is wolfram. Write the symbol of the element whose native or else whose Latin name is wolfram. Good. What is the name of this element? W is the symbol which you have written. What is the name of this element? Tungsten. Very good. Okay. Now write down the symbol of an element whose Latin name is argentum. Whose Latin name is argentum. Write the symbol of the element whose Latin name is argentum. Rani, wonderful, beta. Correct. No, Shravanti. That is aurum, the symbol which you have written. Argentum is for Ag, silver. Now quickly I'll ask you from the newly discovered ones. For flerovium, what is the symbol? For the element flerovium, what is the symbol? For flerovium, it is Fl. Nihonium. Write down quickly for nihonium, rapid round kind of. Nihonium. Nihonium. Okay. Moscovium. 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 MC. Okay. Then, if at all I ask you now, Roentgenium. 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 Rani is correct. RG. Can you tell me, even by chance, if you remember Roentgenium atomic number? I have told you Roger Federer, and I have given you, some kind of hint or, kind of a mnemonic there, or else a small hint by which you will remember. Shravanti is correct. Kirti also. Tapasvi also. Harshini. Syed also. Lalita. Yes. Wonderful. Right? See, some of you have written the name as toluene. Do you love chemistry so much? Toluene, benzene, like that name will also be there. Okay. Now the thing is, if I ask you the symbol of the element dermstatium. 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 Correct. DS. Borium. And it's good to see that you people remember the newer one also. And I am, kind of assuming that you people are being honest on that side, right? You are not, opening a periodic table and then, simply seeing from there and letting me know. Borium. Palladium. Palladium. What is the symbol for palladium? Good. Copernicium. Very good. Copernicium. Quickly, one or two more I'll ask. After that, we'll get back to our normal routine here. Copernicium. No, Shravanti, one A extra is there, beta. Copernicium is Cn. Oganesson. Last one I am asking, organization, and in fact it is the last element also. Organization. OG. Okay, good. So the thing is, as such, now what I want from you people is very good, and it's very nice to see that you people are revising the things properly. These are very fundamental, basic things, but means a lot, right? Now, the thing is, now what I want you people to do is, you know 3D series, 4D series, 5D series, 6D series, right? Kindly write down one below the other. Like for example, if I'm writing here 3D series, and I'm going to tell you how to remember D block elements vertically. So you are having here scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, Mn, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. You simply have to write down 4D series, 5D series and 6D series below it. But mind well, when you are writing, leave kind of little bit of space, or else when you're writing maybe little bit of space below, right? Similarly, 4D series you will be writing here. Quickly write it. I'm giving you, kind of 5 minutes of time. That should be sufficient enough for 4D, 5D, and 6D series. In fact, it's better I write down this 4D, 5D like in this side. That way it will be much more easier. And you know that this is basically, this is 4D series. This is 5D series. And this is 6D series. You people write it down, then I'll tell you the mnemonic just one below the other. And once you are done, just tell me, ma'am, it is done. Did we finish writing one below the other here? Done. Only one person is saying done, Sashi, and I think who is there? Okay. Now the thing is here, I'm writing the elements. Please verify that. Then we'll see vertically down how to remember, right? This is what is your 4D series. Five D series. These are the elements you might have written. Okay. Now let us try to see how we can remember top to bottom. Now the thing is, for this one you can easily remember that sometimes happens, that your parents might be giving you, or else you might be putting a condition that suppose if I score so and so rank, top 10 rank, then these are my demands, So the thing is, parents are also okay, fine. we'll fulfill that, right? So imagine that in the NEET examination, you said that, okay, if at all I get under, kind of under 500 rank, so definitely I want the latest scooter, which is Yamaha, and definitely these days it's very hot summer, so I want AC also, right? So the thing is, that's what I'm writing here, mnemonic below here, scooter Yamaha latest AC. So I'll be writing this side, this is 3D series. So I'll write down scooter Yamaha and latest AC. Latest AC. That way it will be easier for you to remember. Then hopefully we are able to understand that it's easy and it will be like useful later on. Okay. Now next is this one. Suppose you are in your college, right? And definitely in the college, you'll be having small tapris or else the post where you can have tea or coffee there, right? And to your surprise, one fellow, he has kept the person who is making tea or something, or who is delivering tea, he has kept his name Rutherford, inspired by Rutherford itself. So basically, you are just ordering tea to him, and how much tea you want? You just want half cup, right? So you are saying tea zara half. Zara means kunchum, right, in Telugu. So the thing is, tea zara half, to whom you are saying? To Rutherford. That Rutherford, please bring half tea here, right? So I'm going to write down here, this is tea zara half Rutherford, right? Okay. Now I think already some people have already written, maybe they might be my last year student, or they might have, already watched the video there. Now the thing is, there is business tycoon, Mr. Ratan Tata, and he is a very noble man, right? So the thing is, you happen to visit Dubai, and there on airport, you happen to meet Ratan Tata. So you tell your friends that very noble Tata in Dubai. So we are going to write down that. Very noble Tata in Dubai. Please do not make any new element with the symbol IN here. Whichever thing I am writing in the bracket, it is just to make a sense, right? Not for you to become a scientist and make, kind of discover new element, okay? Then here we are talking about, for the next one, chromium group here, right? So the thing is, you are trying to, kind of inform someone, or else a police has, kind of issued a kind of advertisement for a criminal, right, who is most wanted, and that criminal, they are saying that he is having a shotgun also along with him. So try to identify that criminal. Okay. So the thing is here, criminal most wanted with shotgun. He is having a shotgun also with him. So I'll write it down here. Criminal most wanted with shotgun. Shotgun, so that you can remember SNG is the symbol. Okay. Now the thing is, next mnemonic is for bore. Bore, as such, very much interested into, kind of research. But the problem with Bore is he is coming from a humble background and he is little bit depressed. You are like, Bore is your friend, imagine that, right? He is little bit depressed because he is not able to, kind of arrange for the finances which is required for doing the research, right? So you as a good friend, so you are saying you do not worry, money will take care of the research. So you just carry on, right? So that's really good for you. So you can write down here this one. Money takes care of research. Bore. So you are asking, please do not worry. Okay. Then the next one. Imagine that you are there and you happen to have a younger sibling. Okay. You went on to take, kind of a walk somewhere and you happen to come across a bridge, right? So the thing is, your younger sibling who is there, maybe brother or sister, whoever, they got, kind of excited to see the rusting of iron for the very first time, right? So they are saying iron is rusting. What is that? Kind of different brownish color which is seen. So they are saying it's really awesome. But you being elder, this you have seen much more earlier and you know about it. So you are saying that's historical fact, right? So that's what is here. Iron rust. That's awesome, but that is historical. Okay. So I'm going to write down here. Iron rust. Awesome. I'm writing the spelling awesome like this. Awesome is AWESOME, right? But purposely so that you remember the symbol, right? It's history. Historical. Fact, I'm not writing, you know that. Okay. Now, next one is, normally we'll be writing courier like this. Now, the thing is, purposely we are writing courier in metro. Wrongly, we are spelling it so that you remember the symbol of the elements. Okay. So, the thing is, this one is courier. Courier in metro. We are sending courier in metro. Able to understand what is written here? Courier in metro. Purposely, I have written it wrong. Exact correct spelling is courier is like this, right? But normally we pronounce it courier. So like that only we have written courier. Okay. Where? In metro. Now the thing is, this is nickel, palladium, platinum. These three you can easily remember according to the alphabetic order also, or else they are generally used as a catalyst. If at all you have little bit idea about hydrogenation process, you might have studied in hydrocarbons. So we know that nickel, palladium, platinum are the catalysts for hydrogenation there. So you can understand or else assume that these three are the friends. Okay. Ni, Pd, Pt. Okay. Now the thing is, you can remember according to the alphabetic order, N will come earlier than P, right? So P, when there is like first letter same, then D and T. D comes earlier in the alphabetic order. So PD and then PT. So I'll be writing this as nickel, palladium, platinum. These three friends, where are these three friends? They are in Dharam. This one is Dharmstatium also you can remember, or else Dharamshala, whichever. It's better I write down Dharmstatium itself, so that you do not have to remember anything else. Now for this one, I am not writing any mnemonic. Imagine that copper, Ag, Au and Rg. These are, kind of precious metals. Rg, you can assume that this is rose gold. Okay? This you can take it as rose gold. So copper, least, kind of least expensive. Then comes silver, then comes gold, and then rose gold like that. So according to their prices, they have been arranged. So that way it will be much more easier. So you do not require any mnemonic here. Then the last one, it's easy. See, nowadays, it's very, very difficult to find the things to consume in very pure form. Some or the other form of, kind of adulteration will be there. Yes, I think Shri Mai has written Zindagi like Cadbury, happy goals, cry never. That is also one thing. You can also remember like this, zinc in Cadbury. What is the adulteration here? Zinc in Cadbury. Remember, it was earlier that in Maggie they found lead or something like that. So similar way, there is some adulteration. That means some amount of different substances which are found in the food items. They are not required actually. So the thing is here, zinc in Cadbury, and what you are having here, mercury in cone. Cone means ice cream cone. So that way also you can remember. So hopefully now you will be able to make the entire periodic table. Is this clear to everyone? Now what I want from you is, you are having basically, you can go to net and you can have, kind of blank periodic table, right? And when you are taking blank periodic table, make sure that you are trying to form the entire periodic table on your own. That means here it is 1, 2, this is from 13 to 18, and this is from 3 to 12, and the 7 periods here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, right? Like that, you are totally kind of writing the elements all together so that your entire periodic table is intact there, right? Will you do this? Take that as a homework. You'll have like, kind of either you can make it, but make sure that you are writing on its own. On your own, you are writing, you are not copying down from anywhere. I have told you all the mnemonics there. Okay. And I've also told you the checkpoint here, second and third period. Little beam, and this one is Nani mega star. So these should come in the same line. Then only all the elements will fall into place. And this one is hydrogen here, and here it will be helium. Hey, helium, like that you can go for. Getting it? So with this, and make sure that you are doing it, okay? Make sure that you are making it. I won't have links there beta now because these are all old files or something like that. Maybe few lectures you can find on YouTube. And as such, online lectures will be going on for some duration. Are we done here? Understood what you have to do? So that you get the feel of this entire periodic table, that's the reason I am asking you to do. Okay. Now, let us go for some basic fundamentals here. Basic inorganic nomenclature. And basically, when I am going for basic inorganic nomenclature, we are going for actually the ionic compounds here, right? And these are why this is important also, because the thing is, entire chemistry, some or the other, like you must be clear about what is the name of a particular compound. If you do not know, if at all I tell you name of something, you are not able to write down the formula, then forget about the reaction, which is the next step, right? So you must be very clear about what is, if at all a name is given to you, how to write down the formula. If formula is there, you should be able to write down its name. Because the thing is, majority of the time it is seen that sometimes the examiner tests you on the name itself. That means they'll be purposely not writing the formula directly. They'll write down the name and kind of the name of the reagents, and then they'll be asking you what is the product, right? And maybe in the product they can ask you a formula. Getting it? So ultimately what is the goal here is that you should be able to write down the names of the given compound properly. So there are just few basic rules, set of rules which you have to follow, and you will be good to go there. Okay. Now, when I say, like, if at all I ask you what is the formula of sodium chloride, what you will write down? Will you write down this as NaCl or ClNa? Which one is correct? First or second? Which one is correct? First one, right? And if you observe carefully, this is wrong here. And if you observe carefully, this is Na plus and this is Cl minus. So can you tell me, when I'm writing this as sodium chloride, so whose name I have written first? So Na plus is what? Is it cation or anion? Tell me. Na plus is cation or anion? It is cation. What about Cl minus? What is the name I will be giving to that? Cl minus is cation or anion? Cl minus is anion, right? Okay, so what is the first thing which we came to know here? That for ionic compound, always we will be writing the cation name first and then the anion name will come. That is the first thing which you have to remember, right? So I will be writing here names, or else cation is always written first. Or else let me write down like this. In an ionic compound, cation is always written first and then the anion, right? Then the anion. Okay. Now looking at this cation and anion, you tell me Na, sodium, which is it a metal or a non-metal? Is it a metal or a non-metal? Metal, right? And what about Cl? Is it a metal or a non-metal? When it comes to chlorine, is it a metal or a non-metal? It's a non-metal, right? So the thing is, one thing is clear, that in general, cations will be formed from metal and anions will be formed from non-metal. So that is the next point I am writing here. In general, cations who will be forming metals and non-metal, they'll be forming anions, right? Why so? Why I am saying that metals have the tendency to form cation and non-metals have the tendency to form anion? What is the reason? What is the reason? Yes, metals have a tendency to lose electron and non-metals have a tendency to gain electron. But why they are showing that tendency? When it comes to sodium, normally if at all I go for very basic way, I'm writing the configuration. I'm not writing in terms of 1s2, 2s2 like that. So you know that if at all it loses one electron, it will acquire octet in its valence shell. That's the reason it wants to lose. When it comes to chlorine, it is 287. It is just one electron short of acquiring the octet. So basically it wants to acquire that one electron so that it becomes Cl minus. It will be 288. And having octet in the valence shell is kind of, more stable configuration like that, right? Are we able to understand whatever I have written here? And hopefully people are writing also. Otherwise, again, you have to rerun that video and then again you have to write it. Once you are done, let me know. Yes, Janardhan has written, Vijay also, Rani, Sashi. Fine, fine. Whose name you have? Once you have written it, I know that you have written, okay? Harika also. Shall we proceed further now? So now our target will be first to learn how to name a cation, then how to name anion, and then collectively how to write down the formula. Okay, fine. So let us go ahead here. So I'm going to write down here naming of cation. Naming of cation. Okay. Now in the cation also, basically we need to see certain metals, they can exist only in single positive charge. Single positive charge in the sense, suppose if I ask you that there is sodium, right? What is the oxidation state or what is the charge on that sodium which you always see in any of its compound for sodium? What is the charge which you always see on sodium? That is +1. Have you ever observed +2, +3 of sodium? No, never, right? If I ask you about what is the charge which you see for calcium, for sodium, so you have said Na+1, right? Right? For calcium, what do you see? +2 or 2+, right? Now, if I ask you about any member of the alkali metals, be it lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, do you always observe them in +1 or else any other oxidation state is possible? My question is for lithium, group 1A, right? Do you always observe only them present in +1 oxidation state or any other oxidation state is possible? +1 only, right? Okay. Now when it comes to group 2, like beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, do you observe them in +1 oxidation state or only in +2 oxidation state? Only in one oxidation state, that is +2, right? So can I say that they carry single positive charge? Single positive charge doesn't mean that they are carrying +1. Single positive charge, that means only one type of charge they are carrying, only +1 everywhere, +2 everywhere. When it comes to aluminium, what is the oxidation state there for aluminium? +3. Okay. So the thing is, here also in naming of cation, we are going to go for the two things here. When the metals have only single positive charge. Single positive charge. So the thing is, I am writing here 1A, that is alkali metals here. So lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. I am not writing francium here. Again, reason being it is radioactivity and we are not going to go for it. No EFX creators. No, lithium you will never find in +2 beta. Never. So the thing is here, the cation formed from this is Li plus, Na plus, K plus, Rb plus and cesium plus. Now this I am writing name only here, lithium ion. Since ion is there, I am not going to write down ion again and again. You are having here sodium ion, or else let me kind of stick to what I just said. Ion I am not writing again. Then potassium ion, rubidium ion, and then you are having here cesium ion. I have written 1A over here, just the older nomenclature which used to get followed. Quickly write it down, then we'll proceed to the next one. 1A we have written, and then for 2A we'll write down. Are we done here? Okay, good. Now, let us go for writing here second A, that is alkaline earth metals and their cation here. So, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. Again, radioactive one I am not writing. And the cation of them I am writing over here. So beryllium 2 plus, magnesium 2 plus, calcium 2 plus, strontium 2 plus, and then you are having barium 2 plus. Name would be again here beryllium ion. Then you are having here magnesium ion, calcium ion, strontium, ion, and then you are having here barium ion. Then one note I'll write down here. In fact, two notes. See, the thing is, I'm not going to write down. See, aluminium belongs to which group? You tell me. Aluminium belongs to which group? From 1 to 18, aluminium belongs to which group? (13), right? Now, when you go for group 13, you'll have metals and non-metals both present there. So that's the reason I'm not specifying, kind of generalizing the thing there. Only for aluminum we are going to write here. Okay. So I'm writing here when aluminum is there, it will be forming one ion which is Al3 plus, and that is known as aluminium ion. Now, one more thing is, suppose I am writing here ammonia, right? Ammonia will be making one more ion here. When I talk about this ammonia, this is ammonia, right? Normally, so we say that, kind of metals only will be making the cations. But the thing is, NH4 plus is also a cationic species. And the thing is, the elements which are present there, both of them are non-metal, right? Can you tell me, like, what will be the name of this NH4 plus? What will be the name of NH4 plus? Ammonium ion. Very good. So the thing is, this is ammonium ion. And are you able to see that this is ending in neum, right? So if at all a particular cationic species is formed by the combination of non-metal, it will be ending with neum. Now you do not have to write down the other one. Suppose I am asking you about H3O plus. Can you tell me the name of H3O plus over there? Can you tell me the name of, yes, hydronium ion, correct. Now randomly, chalo, I am asking, suppose, if at all I say N2H4, do you know this compound by the way? N2H4, do we know? Hydronium is absolutely correct. Only thing is, I am not asking you to write down in the note which we are writing. Only thing is, in general, I just want to ask you people. N2H4, let me tell you the name, chalo. This is hydrazine. Now, when it accepts one H plus, it becomes N2H5 plus. Can you tell me the name of this one? Name of N2H5 plus. Any guesses over there? Not hydronium, beta. No, not hydrazole also. Simply hydrazinium. Hydrazinium. What did I tell you? It should end with neum. It should end with neum. Hydrazinium. Okay? At present, at your level, you simply remember this ammonium, that is most commonly which is going to come across you, right? Hydrazinium is less asked. Hydronium is also, you should be aware about, right? Hydronium ion will be more required in your ionic equilibrium chapter. Yes, are we done? Okay, now second one is metals which can exist in more than one positive oxidation state or which can carry more than one positive charge, right? So for them, the name is going to differ a little bit, okay? So I'm writing here metal atoms which can have more than one positive charge. So I'm writing here metal ion and the name of it. Simply remember, suppose if I ask you about copper, you know that copper can exist in Cu plus 1 and it can also exist in Cu2 plus, right? So these are the two oxidation states which are commonly observed and in which it will be existing, right? So what does the rule? According to rule, what we need to remember that if the metal ion is present in lesser oxidation state or having less positive charge, so we call it as us, cuprous. Its name will be ending with OUS, right? And if at all it is carrying higher positive charge, the name will be ending with IC, right? So the thing is, that's what I'm going to write down. So Cu, it will be cuprous. If at all it is Cu2 plus, it is cupric. That doesn't mean that for each and every metal you keep on, writing +1 and +2 only. For different metals, different oxidation states will be there, right? In which they are found to be more stable. So you are having Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. Can you name here? Fe2 plus, what I'll be calling it? Any guesses over here? Ferrous. Very good, Sunita. Harika. Srimai. Jitendra. Mohan. You people are writing very fast. What my eye can read, hai na? Janardhan. Lakshmi. Ishwar. Tapasvi. Very good, Vita. So this one is ferrous. Okay. What about Fe3 plus? Fe3 plus ferric. Wonderful. Right? And what I commonly observe here is when I have written, then too you are able to easily answer. This is ferrous, this is ferric. But the problem is sometimes you do the hybridization of the chart is in your mind. Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus, you remember ferrous and ferric, and the same you copy paste for the copper also. You write down Cu2 plus and Cu3 plus, which will be a biggest blunder there. Getting it? So do make sure that in which oxidation state they are existing. And I am saying that why? Because I've experienced this kind of blunder which students make. And then we call it as, kind of, ma'am, it is silly mistake. No, it's not silly mistake. Actually, it is a crime. Now the thing is, if at all I go for Sn2 plus, Sn4 plus. Can you tell me Sn is symbol of which element here? Bharat, I am not teaching coordination compounds or redox reaction, beta. Where I am asking you to kind of calculate the oxidation state. And as such, there the compound which you have written, that is +2 there, iron. Sn2 plus tin, Sn. Now the thing is, +2 and +4 you remember, because this belongs to 14th group. Common oxidation state, like highest possible, is +4, and then 2 lesser than is there, which is +2. So the thing is, this one will be stannous, and this one will be stannic. Stannous and stannic. As such, if somebody is more interested in the, one more element here, that is Pb2 plus and Pb plus 4, that plumbus and plumbic will be there. Okay? Is this clear? At least these are the minimum ones or the most common ones you are going to come across in chemistry, right? Maybe some of the other ions which are there, eventually you will come to know about it. Need not worry about it. But the thing is, these are the few common ones. Okay. Now, I am writing a note here. When it comes to Hg, right? Hg2 plus is mercuric. This is mercuric. Okay. Now the thing is, Hg1 plus is not mercurous. This is not mercurous. It does not exist like that. Fe do exist in +1, but not in this form, right? I'll write down here so that it becomes more clear. If this is there, it exists as Hg2 plus. This is mercurous, right? Here, if I calculate the oxidation state, see, normally if I ask you about the oxidation state, if I say I have got, kind of Na plus, and if I ask you what is the oxidation state of sodium, what you are going to tell me the answer here? +1, right? If I say that I have O to 2 minus, right? So how are you going to calculate the oxidation state of oxygen here? You will be writing there are 2 oxygens, hence 2x, and that is equal to 2 minus here, so x equal to -1. So that is the way you calculate the oxidation states, right? Similar way here also, here it is 2x equal to +2, which makes it as +1. So that means mercury does exist in +1 oxidation state, but the form in which it is found in its compounds in that +1 oxidation state is Hg2 plus. You never write down Hg1 plus there. Are you able to understand that point? Understood. Can we proceed further then? And I am assuming that you people are noting down whatever things I am saying here, or else whatever I am writing on the board here. See, when you are in a particular class, make sure that you are actively involved in the class. And that is only possible if at all you are also writing along with the teacher. That means I am giving you sufficient time after explaining to write it down. Because if you keep that, kind of, no, let me listen this and then I'll write it down. No, you have got 24 hours. Please utilize it carefully. That's what would be my suggestion. Are we done? Can we proceed to the next one then? So at least this is the rule for cation. Do remember how to, these are the basic rules for the naming of cation. Now we are moving for anion. Okay. Naming of anions. First one is anions derived from non-oxy acid. Now here you might be wondering, see, the thing is, in general, we can, broadly classify acids into two categories. One is hydra acid, another one is oxy acid, right? What I am saying here, I am calling this as hydra acid. Another one I am calling this as oxy acid, or somewhere you may come across the term oxo acid also, right? Oxo acid, kind of more commonly used. There is no harm in using both of them, not an issue. One and the same, synonyms kind of thing, you can take it, right? Now, when it comes to hydra acid, what is the meaning of that? Any wild guesses there? What is hydra acid? In fact, I'll write down the formula, then maybe you can frame the answer for that. I have written one formula there, hydra acid. Example of hydra acid is HCl. Can you guess that what it will be? The thing is, hydra acid will definitely have hydrogen as one of the elements that is fixed, right? And if at all I write down like here, HBr, HF, H2S, HCN, they are all hydra acid. They will not contain oxygen here. So hydrogen will be present with any other element here. Okay? Now, when it comes to oxo acid, I may write down H2CO3, H2SO4, H3PO4. Few of them I am writing. So what is the meaning of the oxo acid? What you are able to see? In all of them, there is hydrogen and oxygen. Along with them, there is any other element here, right? Like hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, oxygen. Are you able to see? If you see the structure here, simplicity, I am writing the structure, need not panic here. Hydrogen, oxygen is there, and minimum one hydrogen should be linked to oxygen. Here also, if at all I go for H2SO4, the structure somewhat looks like this. Hydrogen, oxygen, at least one hydrogen must be linked with the oxygen, right? Are you able to see everywhere that condition? So oxo acid. So the thing is, these are not oxo acid. So they only I am referring to non-oxy acid. This will come to later on part. At present, anions can be derived from two categories. One is hydra acid, another one is oxo acid, right? Hopefully it is clear. So now let us, kind of write down the name here of the anion. And all these anion are being derived from non-oxy acid, right? Now let us go for anion and its name here. So we are having here, let us say Cl minus, or else let us start off with F minus, Cl minus, Br minus, I minus. Can you tell me the name here? The anion, the anions which are derived from non-oxy acid, they end with IDE. They end with IDE. So can you tell me the name here? F minus will be fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide, like that. Okay. So we are going to write that this one is fluoride, then you are having chloride, then you are having bromide, then iodide. I'm writing few more here. The list will go on. We are going to make it like a table here. Then I'm writing, suppose O2 minus. This is going to be oxide. S2 minus. This is going to be sulfide. I'm writing oxide and sulfide just below each other because both of them, you know that they belong to the same group. Which group do they belong to? Oxygen and sulfur, which group do they belong to? Akash, I hope that is a printing typo mistake. Huh? Correct. Good. 16. Wonderful. Now, similarly, N3 minus, it will be known as nitride. And I can write down P3 minus, that will be phosphide. And I'm not going much further down here. N3 minus, I'm calling this as azide. This also you should know. See, these are few ions which I'm telling you, which you will come across, you know, your entire P block, S block, whatever you are going to read, right? So at least we are forming a new kind of a basis or foundation for such things. There you should not, you know, kind of forget about ma'am, so I do not know that. It shouldn't be the case, right? Now from nitride and this azide, if you see, are you able to see this is nitride, N3 minus. 3 is bound with minus, right? Now when I say, like, do you people know the meaning of the word azadi? Azadi is a Hindi word. Do you know the meaning of it? Azadi. Those who understand Hindi little bit, I'm not expecting the answer from all of you, right? It's freedom, right? So the thing is, here when you go for azide, so in azide, 3 got independence from minus sign. So azide. And those of you who doesn't know azadi, they can go for aside. Aside means 3 and minus are not beside each other. They are, you know, kind of apart from each other. Aside. Okay. Do remember this. Then, if at all I am going for OH minus, that is going to be hydroxide. Cn minus, it is going to be cyanide. Cn2 2 minus, it is cyanamide. Then basically you are having O2 2 minus. This is peroxide. O2 minus is superoxide. H minus I am writing here, let this be hydride. In fact, here I have written N3 minus, P3 minus, I could have included AS3 minus also. That is nitride, phosphide, arsenide, like that we can go for. Okay? At least these minimum you remember. And I'm giving you 2 to 3 minutes of time. Can you just remember these ions, cations and anions? I'll quickly ask you. Is that okay? I'm just giving you 2 minutes of time. I think that will be sufficient. 2 to 3 minutes. Just remember that, because I do not want to start off the oxy acid anion meter, because the thing is then all together or all anion on the same day, it will become difficult for you to register that in the brain. Padma, imagine that this is like this Sunday you'll be having test with them. So do not think this track has not started. Basic inorganic nomenclature only is the track, like track to first topic which we consider. And after that periodic classification will start. So the thing is, when in the periodic classification, do you think that again I'll be teaching you modern periodic table, mnemonic? No, because it's already covered. Did we finish memorizing the things here? All the anions, can I ask randomly then? And I've given you very common one, okay? Do not think that, ma'am, now phosphate, sulfate, all those things, that will come. That is actually the oxo anions from, kind of oxy acid. So that is still that second topic, which I've kept it pending purposely, right? Because all the names all together in first class becomes too clumsy. Absolutely fine, Mita. Padma, that is absolutely fine. You are not missing out on anything because the similar things are going on offline as well as online. But still, if at all any of you have, kind of idea of joining offline, so it's better you kind of, you make your decision quickly. Reason being, it takes time also to get settled in the hostel atmosphere, right? So it's better, kind of to be stabilized before the course, kind of your track sheets start running. So it's better to settle down before it. If you have made up your mind that you have to take a chance. Bharat, I think now that all depends on the availability of the teacher. Beta. If my slots get booked up, then maybe not. Okay, now quick round to finish off this lecture. Okay, you simply write down the name of whatever cation and anion. 399, beta, no, it's difficult. It's better, kind of you have to give it again for scoring better, and that's possible. Kind of it's not the case that you have scored less and it is not possible to kind of score better. This year LT itself, LT people, I think 2 to 3 people were there. So they have scored very well. Okay, now rather than going into that, see the thing, Padma or any student, yes, you can always improve if you decide to, right? You never say that, kind of 399, that is the only score which you can get. No, nothing like that. If you work hard really, and much more with the new enthusiasm, definitely anything is possible. And you just need to train your brain there. Your mind you should be able to control, and anything is possible. Do not think that why do you want to kind of start off with something with a self-doubt whether I'll be able to do it. Padma, your problem is not physics. It's almost everyone's problem is physics, whoever is appearing for NEET. Right? So the thing is, you have to work out on whatever is the portion which is weaker for you. And we can do it. Why not? We do not have to run away. Even we do not want better, right? But you never know what the final verdict will be. Just hope for the best, right? It should always be, whatever is the outcome, it should always be in the best interest for the students. That's what I believe, right? Okay, now just kind of quickly, I was about to ask you certain things and people deviated me with so many questions there. Okay, let us come back. Yes, Shiva Jyoti, yes, beta, there is exam on Sunday, this coming Sunday, right? Syllabus will be shared to you, need not worry about it. Only thing is, whatever we are learning now, that means the symbol of the elements, you should be very perfect. Basic inorganic nomenclature is there. That will also get covered up. So you should, you should be able to, you perfect yourself in whatever topics are being taught from this side. And the question will be asked from that portion only. It's the headache of teachers to make the, kind of questions from there. You have to read whatever we are teaching you. Okay. And that's more than sufficient. Now quickly you write down symbol of ammonium ion. Ammonium. And here in anion you add one more beta, NH2 minus, that is amide actually. All of you just add one more in anion, that is amide. Ammonium, everybody has written it correctly, NH4 plus. In anion, all of you please add one more, NH2 minus. Yes, ammonium, correct answer you people have given me, but I want you people to add one more beta, NH2 minus in your previous one. That means anion list, please add that. Done? Okay. Now, let me ask you certain more thing here. If I say aluminium ion, then what is the symbol? Aluminium ion. Correct? Kavita, Bharat, Ishwar, Kirti. Good. If I ask you about mercurous ion, mercurous ion. Correct, correct. Aluminium ion, everybody has written it correctly. Mercurous. Mercurous, I asked. See, people are writing Bharat. Hg plus 1 is not there, beta. Ishwar has written correctly. Hg 2 plus. I got your what you wanted to write. Correct. Hg 2 plus is mercurous. What is the name of this ion which I have written here? Hg 2 plus. What is the name of this ion? Mercuric. Correct. Can you write down the formula for peroxide ion? Peroxide ion. I'm now going to jumble up. Anytime I can ask cation, anytime ask anion. Peroxide. Wonderful. Peroxide is O2 minus. Then rubidium ion. Rubidium ion. ROB nahi beta. Shrimai may be typing mistake there. Akash, no, RB2 plus will not exist. Few creatures, they are, kind of exchanging the group there. Rubidium belongs to first group, beta, RB plus, not plus 2. Okay? Then, can you tell me about sulfide? Sulfide. Good. Sulfide is S2 minus. Then, I am asking about azide. And purposely I am asking because in the next class, we are going to again write down the formulas by the rule. So you should be able to finish off whatever I have taught you today. Azide. N3 minus, N3 minus. Which one is azide? It's better you tell me from here. First or second, which one is azide? First or second, which one is azide? Second one. What is the name for the first one then? What is the name for the first one then? N3 minus, what is the name for the first one? Nitride. Good, very good. If at all I write down now, barium. What is the symbol for barium ion? Symbol for barium ion. Ion beta, not barium, barium ion. Correct. Ba2 plus. Okay. Then I am writing here Cn minus, Cn2 2 minus. Out of these two, you tell me which one is Cyanide, which one is cyanamide? Which one is cyanide? First or second? Cyanide is first one. And what is the name for the second one? That's the last question which I'm asking, then we'll wind it up. Cyanamide. Wonderful. Okay? So the thing is, here purposely few, like there is one more segment of anion which I've purposely left, and that we'll learn in the next class, right? So by that time, whatever I have taught you today, that means all the name of cation, anion, whichever I have made you write down, make sure that you're writing and practicing it. And the other homework which I've given you, please download a blank IUPAC periodic table, or else you can make it in your own notebook and try to write down all those, like try to fill up the entire periodic table so that you can get the feel of the modern periodic table, right? Do not worry about the F block element. Is that okay? Right? Then Bharat, you can opt for online, beta. Then you can opt for online. That will be my recommendation then. It might be the case you might have joined a little bit late. This is a QR code in case if you want to scan it. Few people were asking for it. Is it required to remember number of elements? What do you mean, Harika? You have to remember all the elements, no? And who is this spamming here, na? This Prasad? No, at present not, beta. I have not taught you. Only the symbol you remember. Need not worry about it. At least first 20 elements so you remember, na? That will be taught to you. Do not worry. Okay, Harika, do not have any kind of problem there. Okay. So I hope you understood this and everything is clear in your mind. So make sure that you are revising the things, right? And we are going at a little bit slower pace so that it will be beneficial for you. And these are all the foundations which we are laying for you, for your future, right? So thank you and have a nice day. Okay.